Hey YouTube, it's Robert Hall, and today we're going over the Deity V.Lav lavalier microphone. If you don't know, Deity originally launched as part of Aperture, the LED company, but eventually they split off as a separate company. For a few years now, they've been delivering some well-received microphones at great prices. Their new V.Lav, the one I'm wearing right here, comes in at $50, so let's check it out. Now, since this is a video about a microphone and audio quality, everything that I'm recording in this space is using the Deity V.Lav and also is processed audio. For the unboxing portion, obviously I couldn't use this while recording the unboxing of it, so I'm using a different lavalier microphone for that portion. And for the audio test portion, I will annotate which mics I'm using. And I figured we'd start off with a quick unboxing. So everything comes in this little pouch, which kind of looks like a Leatherman toolkit case. Got a belt loop on the back there and a Velcro strap to keep everything contained. It's a snug fit for everything inside. Now inside this case, you're definitely not going to be able to see it well, but there is a little pocket right here, and that's where you can tuck in this wind cover that comes included. This is a very rigid case that it comes included with and will do a great job at protecting the microphone. The only part that's soft is the back part, since that's what's supposed to be attached to your body, but the rest of it is a shell that will do a wonderful job keeping everything safe from being crushed. Now I like this little cable tie because this is a 5-meter long, that is over 15 feet of cable. And what that 15 feet in length affords you is the ability to plug this into a camera and get further away from the camera without relying on any type of wireless transmitter or extension. Now you'll see this little Deity compartment right here that is along the cable. This is for a small battery. It's like a little watch battery. It's going to provide the power necessary for a very long period of time, but it's just something to be aware of because most lavalier microphones do not have any type of battery that they require. We've got a really nice clip here that holds the mic securely and will allow you to attach it to any clothing. Now the design of this mic is actually quite similar to the Sennheiser ME2 lavalier microphone that I'm wearing right now. The Sennheiser just being a little bit larger. So the pros of having such a long cable just allow you to plug directly into the camera and not have to worry about using any wireless equipment or having any wireless interference disrupt your audio. Just so you guys can see the action on the tie clip, you kind of got to press this in to loosen it up and allow your microphone to come out. And once that microphone's in there, it's an extremely snug fit. That thing is not going anywhere. By contrast, let me show you what my Sennheiser ME2 is like. The Sennheiser ME2 takes much less effort to get out, so I think this is a much sturdier design. Looking at the TRRS connector, you'll see that there is no type of locking mechanism that you may find on other lavalier microphones that are designed to use with a wireless system. So this one is really designed to be used plugged directly into the camera. Now there is this fur wind cover that you can put directly over the mic if you're using it outdoors. That way you diminish some of the noise caused by wind. And if you're not a fan of the white, it's very easy to find an alternate color. So next, let's take a look at how this sounds compared to a more expensive Sennheiser microphone. You are listening to an audio sample from the Sennheiser ME2 Mark II lavalier microphone. You can see in the lower thirds how much I had to boost this mic in order to get it to a good audio level, but I also want to note that there is a fan off to my right, and I want to use that as a test to see how much it's picking up the fan versus how much it's picking up my voice. Okay, and this is a sample from the Deity V.Lav speaking at my normal typical talking volume. I also want to note the gain that was required for this microphone. You can find that in the bottom. And now let's do a quick test to see how much of the fan you can hear when I've got the gain adjusted for my normal speaking volume. One more test using the Rode microphone that you would find in the RodeLink Filmmaker kit. all three microphones placed in the same position on my shirt, and again giving some time for the ambient noise, including that fan that is quite close to me. So my takeaways from doing those sound tests are that the Deity mic has the strongest signal because it required the least amount of gain to get solid audio levels. Once equalized, the fan noise it captured was also the quietest, although there wasn't a massive difference between the three mics. I find the sound quality is extremely similar between the Deity V.Lav and the Sennheiser ME2 Mark II, and honestly I'd be indifferent in selecting between those two lavalier microphones. The RodeLink seemed to be the worst mic of the three as I found it had less clarity than the others, but again it's quite close. The Deity V.Lav has a range from 50 Hz to 20 kHz, which means it will capture the complete range of the human voice. It has a flat frequency response, so all frequencies are recorded naturally. Finally, the polar pattern is omnidirectional, so it will pick up sounds evenly from all directions. All of this is really standard for lav mics. What's not standard on the Deity V.Lav is that it has a TRRS connector instead of a TRS connector. Right out of the box, it connected with my Sony a7R IV just fine. It also connected just fine with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. I've linked in the description below a full device compatibility list from Deity's website listing all the audio recorders, cameras, camcorders, tablets, phones, everything that the Deity V.Lav works with and what adapters, if any, are necessary. The TRRS connector and the battery capsule are both required to allow this lavalier microphone to work with phones in addition to cameras. The batteries inside the capsule are two LR41 batteries, and these are used to power the onboard microprocessor, which allows it to adapt to different connections, whether it be a camera or a phone, tablet, laptop, etc. Batteries, especially uncommon batteries like these, tend to irritate me as it's just another unique battery I need to monitor keeping stock of. Thankfully, the batteries are only used when the microprocessor first fires up to identify the connection. After that, the mic only uses the voltage from the port to function like any other lavalier mic. So these batteries should last a really long time. All in all, I think the Deity V.Lav is a good microphone. I was impressed with the sound quality being on par with my Sennheiser Lav, especially with the Deity V.Lav being half the price. I think the cross-device compatibility makes it even more versatile and is worth buying the occasional LR41 battery. Now, the only reason I wouldn't recommend this mic is if you plan on using a wireless system for your lavalier microphone. If that's the case, it makes sense to look into a wireless kit to get the benefit of a threaded connector for security and to avoid dealing with the LR41 batteries at all. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Deity V.Lav. You can find a link to the product as well as all the microphones that I used in comparing this video in the description below. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and until next time, keep on shooting.